Happy Friday. Italian word of the day for today, Friday, 29 May 2026, is disordine, which translates to English as untidy. And I'm Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, and I was like, let's take one of my projects and let's see how untidy I can make it. Now, this is, it translates to messy as well. However, I've decided that this is kind of a word that it's the untidy kind of mess. So it's like a little bit, not necessarily as tidy as it could be. However, it's not yet a full-blown mess. So I'm going to take the Tanis Gillespie plausible reality I talked about yesterday. I'm going to work that today, and then next Friday, the intent for the Italian word of the day is to like escalate it to like, can I make it, whoa, like everything's really shooken up. So this is kind of like, so then you go like, okay, I kind of get it based on this one. And then the next one is supposed to be like, it can take the two Italian words of the day and the English translation and be like, if I do it well, there's a difference here in kind of like scale of intensity. So here we go. This is revisiting a plausible reality from yesterday for me being Tanis Gillespie, adoption, same ethnicities. I have mentioned the maybe I was adopted possibility before on this channel. So this is untidy as opposed to full-on mess because it's just the same ethnicities, and it's Tanis Gillespie. So it's like how much without like completely rattling, my ethnicities and my heritage travel trip series and that kind of stuff. Let's do like an untidy thing where, well, it still fits into that perfect little package, but not perfect, but like that little package that's already been built, that's still the right. So then like things get restructured, but it's not full gutting, so to speak. So a grandson of my great-great-grandmother Gillespie had a sister, Rosemary. He took the name Gillespie and married a full Norwegian woman, Sami ancestral origins. They had a son named Craig Gillespie, my father. My grandparents, Leonardi, had 3 children. The firstborn was a woman other than my aunt, my mother, who I call my dad and aunt were not told about the firstborn. She and Craig Gillespie gave birth to me, and I was adopted by my mom's brother and his wife, niece to Grandpa Gillespie. All right. Who I live with and call my parents had a miscarriage and or the child died young and they adopted me. A different Tanis Leonardi, perhaps with a different middle name. And so then, yeah, kind of thing. And however, might not have known I was family at the time of adoption. So they adopted me, but they might not have known that I was family. If the child died young / miscarried, the other Tanis Leonardi, with possibly a different middle name, my parents may have been traumatized to such an extent it became hard for them to remember it once they had me. Solution. I asked the woman I currently live with and who I call my mom when I was about 10 years of age if I was adopted, and she said no. So I have actually asked about this and they have said no. So if I am adopted, they did lie to me. Okay. If I was adopted and Craig Gillespie is my dad, perhaps I am an only child. So then who I live with and call my parents, my mom would be niece to my grandpa Gillespie, a cousin, I think. My dad would be my uncle. Also, my grandma Connie would be my grandma Connie. My aunt Annette would be my aunt Annette, and my sister would be my cousin. Okay. My position at a stay-at-home daughter, if Craig Gillespie is my dad, might need clarification to be added on when I lived with my adoptive parents. So it would be adopted. Why would it kind of takes it from need to like real need, moving in with one's parents versus like, moving in with one's adoptive parents. Whoa, that's some real need right there. All right. Okay. On the part of the adoptive parents, So why would my Craig Gillespie, my blood dad, have given me up in the first place? I was their firstborn and my mama died in childbirth. Perhaps a perspective of trauma of wife loss meets at least me went to family. So I would be the daughter Catherine. Mother Catherine dies in The Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. It would be cool to get to spend time with the book as part of language and literature degree, graduate degree attempts, even if only as a minor. So if this is true, finding my Papa Gillespie through solo movie going might indicate movie going stays for me in a bit of a different way than it did before, if none other than meeting, since Papa Gillespie would be a big deal Hollywood director. Is that why all the Australia studios / filming / government stuff in theaters? ? Hollywood has helped in bringing my dad to me. Thank you, if that's true. Thank you, Hollywood. We're actual family. Okay. If I was adopted, intent level for me would be to make a video, announcement style, include date for clarity for all of us. All of us. Everybody gets included. Okay. Also, name cleanup if I can, as I can. Okay. Also, name cleanup on older videos to Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, if not finished already. As for tracking of my firsts in a family context, such as first in generation, take into account moving forwards, since I did not know at the time I was adopted. Some might stay true in a broader family context. So technically, with the first in generation, if I was the only child, then they would all be first in generation. Right? Even the ones I said that I lost. Nope. Okay. If I said that. What man / men get this mess? But not, is it a mess? This is the untidy mess, you know. Me, Tanis Gillespie. Even if I do take a different name, I would like to stay Tanis Gillespie for a little while. So like, if it does turn out like this is true kind of thing, I would like to actually wear my real name, my birth name, you know, kind of thing, at least for a little while. So there we go. That's the untidy mess, Disordine in Italiano. And I'm Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle.